Tuesday. You all should be eating tacos. Just like Pizza Saturday, but even more so on Taco Tuesday. We are going to be eating some, oh yeah, look at that. Some sweet potato tacos with beans and tomatoes and cheese, queso fresco, onions, and avocado crema. Mmm. Okay, I gotta push that back in there. Don't fall out. I love tacos. All sorts. I said on Saturday, pizza night's probably pizza, ramen, and tacos. Those are my three favorite nights. I will make a confession though. I ate a ramen today. And I ate a ramen this weekend. I'm disgusting, don't judge me. It was those kimchi ramens. So good. Especially like with a bunch of lime in it. I'm gonna eat for a second. I'm gonna take a couple of big bites. I don't have a fork or anything, but harder, stop licking, but boy. The avocado crema was so good. Hey. Hi. This fell out of my mouth at some point. And there's green onion down there. We will deal with that in a little bit. Yeah. Carter, that's a bit much for me to be petting you while I'm eating, buddy. So needy. These dogs are called Velcro dogs for a reason. They're so fucking needy. It's cute, but 6 years of dealing with it, it's not cute. That's why a lot of people get rid of their Doberman pinchers, because they're a lot of work. And just the being needy all the time is a lot of work too. I listened to did I listen to 2 or 3 books today? I think just 2. Oh, this is a big taco, and I kind of made it a little weird. Oh, shit. Just pushed out a bunch of stuff. Get back in there. I should have brought a fork over here. I'm glad I have like a piece of paper towel at least. I was listening to and 7 Times Never Kill Man, The Tower of Ashes, and Bitter Blooms. So I did listen to 3 books today. The best, I would say, I liked Bitter Bloom. But I'm a girl, and so I feel like when there's a story that the protagonist is a female, I can kind of relate. You know? It doesn't matter. I mean, oh, The Guardian from yesterday, The Guardians, so fucking good. You have to listen to that or read it. It's so good. Bitter Blooms was good too, though. They're all good. George R.R. Martin definitely like creates worlds and universes even. Pretty crazy. I was really looking forward to these today. I like the taste of the sweet potato. It's just mildly sweet. I should think about doing this with plain potatoes. I'm sorry if anyone thinks me eating with my fingers is gross. We're humans. We're monkeys. I mean, we evolved from monkeys, so you know, it's part of it that I'm just monkeying around. I definitely need to do that video about mental health. I just couldn't today because I did that RuPaul's Drag Race. I don't have time to make more videos every day. I would love to, but part of it's I don't get up till 11. Really? I might need to shut this cooler off or like unplug it. I like the video about the dogs. I'm going to record it, but editing is going to take like a couple of days because I want to add in pictures and shit like that. Maybe even some videos if I can find them. So good. And tonight we are going to talk about I'm kind of going between a couple of them. Dexter's Laboratory, Powderpuff Girls. Is that what they were called? Powerpuff Girls? Powderpuff Girls? Whatever. Or Ren and Stimpy. I think I'm gonna do Ren and Stimpy. I'm thinking about that nasty show a lot. Nasty show. Okay, more lime. Cause why the fuck not? Actually, I don't think I put lime on all of them. Okay. This is probably the biggest one out of all three of them. I'm like, is it gonna stop? Is it gonna stop? No. I made it stop. No, I still have a fucking oven in the background. This is that Honest Tea Black Forest Berry. I mean, I get why they call it tea, because it is like a mix of things that's been steeped and da-da-da-da-da. But Black Forest Berry herbal drink would be, you know, just as fine. I remember, I think it was in the Indian food video, I said a chai tea, and people were like, but you say green tea. That's what I don't, that's like, that, I get that chai is like, it is, that's tea. So saying chai tea, it's like saying tea. But you say black tea, green tea, oolong tea. You don't just say oolong, I'll have an oolong drink. No, you say I'd have oolong tea. But then there's also like chai lattes that you add milk to, and a little espresso. Otherwise, if you just have milk and chai, I think it's just a chai. That's just a chai drink. But see, that's why you would call it a chai tea, because you're using the chai like leaves, but you're also turning it into a beverage, which would be tea. It's so complex, so confused. I'm cold. A natural vegan did this video about Fully Raw Christina, and she's like, these fasting diets are unhealthy. Like, lady, what about the centuries of religious cultures who do fastings on a yearly basis? I know there's a couple of religions that take it too far and people end up getting hurt, and I've done a lot of research on that, the Cuba retreat center that a bunch of them go to. Was it Cuba? I think so. I can't quite remember. But like, there's a lot of controversy going on with that, and it's because their water is acidic, so it dehydrates you. So the point of drinking water is to stay hydrated, because when you're fasting, you at least need to stay hydrated. So that, yeah, I could see that being dangerous. But I went to a Bible college for a year, and I did a 4-day fast. And I'm alive. I know that's crazy. I should be dead. No. And I told my boyfriend, my mind had never felt so like clear, and like I had to do a test during it, and I did like really well on the test, even though I thought I was going to do horrible. I get test anxiety. I think testing's horrible because of that reason. Like, a lot of people have test anxiety. One bite, bean. I'm sorry. I just don't want to go get a fork for like that much. That's so good. Do you have any ideas for vegetarian, or any recipes that you guys like for vegetarian tacos? Please leave it in the comments down below. Speaking of which, on Fully Raw Christina, there's a lot of girls that are like, I'm 12 years old and I want to go vegan, but my family won't let me, so I just eat fish and chicken. Any steps making towards a healthier, balanced lifestyle of not consuming meat on a daily basis, good job, girls. Fuck yeah. And to say like, oh, and my family's eating less meat too, like, that's fucking awesome. Look at me with my vegetarian propaganda. No, I just think it's great. I think it's great when anyone can replace one meal that would have been meat and replace it with a vegetable option. That's awesome. And the best thing about these kind of meals is like I'm full, but I never feel bloated and sick. Like, ugh, that's the worst feeling. Okay, I'm going to look up the Ren and Stimpy myth real quick, or Ren and Stimpy conspiracy theories. Since I have not done anything that would warrant me getting up out of this seat, I'm not going to. Or I'm not that I'm not going to. I'm not going to cut me looking it up out because I'm already here. The truth behind cartoons. Dun, dun, dun. This is bringing up like all the shows. Oh, I guess creepypasta. This. Sorry. In 2004, one of the greatest cartoons ever created, Ren and Stimpy, was canceled due to the inability of the writers to cope with the show's creator, John Kricfalusi. Many former employees of John admitted that he was very difficult to work with and often asked for more than what employees could put out. Soon, John was completely out of writers. In January 2004, he was sent a notice from Nickelodeon Studios stating that they were going to have to cancel the program unless more episodes were produced, and soon. John began the animation on a final episode of the cartoon from his home. During the process, he did not answer any phone calls from former employees or network executives until production was complete. In February of 2004, a copy of the episode was brought to Nickelodeon Studios and was proofed by his very good friend who shall not be named. Several Nickelodeon employees stated that John was beaming with excitement on that day, while his good friend had a look of shame and skepticism on his face as he handed the tape over to them. The next day, the tape was aired at 1:45 p.m. John stated that he only wanted a few kids to see the episode, as most would be in school. What followed was the final Nickelodeon airing of a new Ren and Stimpy episode. The theme song began with a few oddities. There was a 10-second period of blackness and silence before the song started up. It was as lively as usual, with colors looking more dull than before. The song ended and the show card appeared, with only Ren appearing on it. The title read, The Ren and Stimpy Show, but Stimpy was nowhere to be found. The episode title card then appeared, reading, Poor Stimpy. With a drawing of Stimpy surrounded by darkness, facing away from the camera, the credits all read Me instead of the names of writers or animators. The episode began outside of their trailer park home, focusing in on a mailbox. The colors were much darker than usual. Ren burst through the door and ran to the mailbox, pulling out a large package. His eyes bulged out of his head with excitement as he comically sniffed the box all over, and he began to shout with joy. The strange part was that there was no audio for Ren's dialogue, but there was music. He ran inside and slammed the door. He tore through the package and removed an autographed vinyl record, the autograph being too illegible to read. He placed the record in a display case over the mantel. Stimpy now came into frame, looking bruised, but seen as dopey and happy as usual. He said to Ren, Gee, Ren, that's a fancy record. Ren turned around and yelled at Stimpy, again muted. His eyes were vicious looking and his hands trembled in rage. He pushed Stimpy into the wall and punched him in the stomach, more brutally than usual. He whispered something into Stimpy's ear, then pushed him to the ground and walked to his bedroom. Stimpy peered at the record, looking forlorn, and began to weep. The scene ended on Stimpy crying as the screen faded to black. The next scene began with Ren sitting at the table reading a newspaper. Stimpy is playing with a baseball outside. The ball is seen crashing through the window and barely missing the record. He very carefully retrieves the ball, not wanting to upset Ren. As Stimpy climbs down from the mantel, he slips and pulls the record down with him. Ren then enters the room with a stolid face. There's no music at this point, no sound at all, actually, except for a low-pitching hum. Ren looks at Stimpy, then at the record. This is where the episode becomes too strange to ignore. Ren's eyes were extremely small and sunken into his head. His lips quivered with frustration. He began to make strange choking and hacking throat noises, his first sounds of the episode. Stimpy began to cower, looking truly fearful. This was definitely not the same comical anger that Ren displayed in other episodes. It was just plain morbid. The screen slowly zoomed in on his face as the humming grew louder. After roughly 45 seconds of this strange display, the screen fades to black again. The final scene began. Ren was sitting in a chair, only illuminated by the light of the television. The TV was tuned to Muddy Mud Skipper Show. The camera again panned to Ren's face. He looked sleep-deprived and had a sullen look in his eyes. As the camera stayed glued to his face, another strange sound began to rise. This time it was a low, very unsettling, rumbling noise. After 30 seconds, Ren finally blinked and spoke his first line of the episode. He said in a low tone, this was his favorite show. The camera panned to the right and revealed a large black lump behind Ren's chair. The camera again slowly zoomed into the big black lump. After a good full minute, color illuminated the shapeless blob. Stimpy's body was laying on its side, surrounded by shards of broken glass and smashed record pieces. His fur was mangled and dry, while his hand was laid over his ear. He was faced away from the camera, with something written on his back. The image was drawn in a realistic way that John tended to animate certain scenes. Ren began to weep uncontrollably in his chair. The TV shut off, leaving only the sound of Ren sobbing for several minutes before the episode again ends, fading to black. The episode was pulled from air immediately and the show was discontinued. John said that My Poor Stimpy was just an animation project and was not the episode he intended to show. Ren and Stimpy's adult party cartoon soon aired on Spike TV. Shit, man. I didn't know that about... That was dark episode. Creepypasta, you creep me out. I wanted to get more into, like, the conspiracies of the show, but that was freaking spooky, man. I hope you guys enjoyed that story. I sure enjoyed reading it. If you did and you enjoyed this episode, please smash that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you'd like to see more. I make new videos every single day, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a great night. Bye!